Mr. Sachin Tendulkar.
It's not always that you get to speak to Sachin Tendulkar, but you have to this time around because he's come up with a product that will make you 10x yourself, which is why it's called tenxyou. And obviously the 10, Sachin Tendulkar. And along with him, the co-founder, Karthik Gurumurthy. Thanks a lot, gentlemen, for joining in. Sachin, you've always been a fan of everything that you do, most importantly the cricket. But there have been, apparel, there's been FMCG products, there's been a restaurant, there's been so much. What took you so long to come up with a product that you wore the most, which was shoes and athleisure?
That's because I played for so long. I had to spend that much time away from my family. So post-retirement, I wanted to be with my family, of course. I mean, there were ideas which were being discussed internally within my team. And to be honest, we did not press the accelerator hard enough in that direction. We kept discussing, and then there were multiple other things also which, we entertained and we got engaged in. I remember my grandmother telling me that, your health is your real wealth. So you look after your health. And post-COVID, which kind of reiterated
Yes.
that, we met like-minded people. We found ourselves to be on the same page. Who discussed, why don't we introduce something like this? And that really accelerated the thought process. And then we started chasing our dream. Our dream was to launch something like this. From there on, the journey started. But the reason also for this to start was because India is the youngest average age population in the world. And I've asked a number of times, but are we fit and healthy? The real truth is no.
That's true.
Unfortunately, no, because we are the diabetic capital of the world. When it comes to obesity, we are right up there with anyone. These are the numbers that we should not be proud of. And how can we change that? It requires a change in our lifestyle, the sedentary lifestyle that we have, which leads to a number of health issues. And then what we want is, more awareness. Everyone should engage in some sporting activity. Our tendency is to, sit back on the sofa and clap. We are a sports loving nation, not sport playing nation. So that transformation is really, really important for us. So us, tenxyou as a brand, the whole movement is about that transformation. How can we get everyone engaged in playing some sporting activity of their choice?
Right.
It is not just cricket. It could be football, it could be hockey, badminton, tennis, table tennis, whichever sport you like.
Right.
Even when it comes to elderly people,
Just walk in.
today's generation is aware of all these things. I mean, if it hasn't percolated downwards, then from bottom to top, it can always go. And children can tell their grandparents, let's go for a walk. It could be a 2-kilometer long walk. Let's do that. So we've looked to address those things. So you can see here, professional shoe, and that is just a casual wear, which could be used for a walk. So the whole motto is to continue playing sport, never stop.
There are a lot of products available in the market, national, international brands, local brands, all of them promoting this active lifestyle. What's important about tenxyou is the experience that you have, and everyone knows this, about you, that you're extremely meticulous when it comes to every piece of, apparel, attire that you have, or, the bat weight, the grip, everything
I was particular, almost bordering being fussy.
Yes.
Because every mattered with my bag. So I would carry, number of things with me, carpentry kit, where I would work on my bag, and so is the case with all these.
We've seen videos of you traveling all the way to Germany to, even move your feet and explain what kind of shoe you need basis the matches that you played on the surfaces and all of that stuff. What have you done to this shoe that will be better than every other shoe?
See, this shoe has taken us, 18 months or so to develop.
Yeah.
So, it may just look like any other shoe, but the number of things
What was
that we've been
Sachin's
able
masala in
to,
this?
a lot of masala in
He said.
this. So right from, uh, Indians have broader feet.
Yeah.
Our data shows Indians have broader feet and we're flat-footed. So we've addressed that. We've kept this part of the shoe marginally broader than a normal shoe,
Right.
any other brand. Because, given our weather, the conditions, the feet swell up in these conditions. In this heat, where you stand for 6 hours, towards the end of the day's play, post-tea session, one should not be thinking, मैं जूते कब निकालता हूँ?
Did you ever feel that when you grew
No,
up?
no, no, no. I mean, I was okay. I mean, when you're playing there, the pressure is so high that you don't think of all these things. But even a thought like that should not be entertained. It should never come to
because,
your mind.
All that you're saying comes from a lot of personal experience
Correct.
of the 10,000 hours
So-
that you spent on the cricket field. So, what
So we've done that broader area over here. The sole is also broader, which gives more stability. When it comes to moving this spike further out to a normal shoe, that is because when you are taking off, I felt the last 10-15% where you really need that push off, that was missing because the spike position was further in.
Oh, wow.
So we moved that out because now every centimeter matters. That is the difference between winning and losing now because of line decisions.
So, if you were to wear this shoe through your career, would you have made 10, 20 more centuries?
There possibly would have been less run-outs, is what I can tell you. But so that is one element. Then this part of the shoe is also much higher to give stability to your ankle. We've designed special insoles with the help of a company based in California. We've also introduced something new, which in my entire career I never saw, the spike here, which is normally you have 4 spikes or 3 spikes, but this is pushed further out because number of occasions when you land like this, you slide forward because there is no spike or any grip here. So this spike is, if you look at the length, these are all 12 mm spikes and this is 9 mm. It's kind of when you rest it like this, it's a floating spike. It will never come in contact with the surface. Only when you're about to slip, that is when this spike would be active. It's more like when you're driving a car, a seat belt. Something goes wrong, that is when you understand the importance of a seat belt.
And we have brought in some of the good principles from a running shoe into a cricket shoe. So, sir explained about the outsole being wider. If you just look at the side profile of this, it's almost like a wing. It's flared.
Aerodynamic.
It's flared, so more the surface area, better the grip.
I hope you patented the hell out of it.
And then if you were to just see, for example, there is a flex zone. The game has changed now because there are people who are actually trying to play shots just behind the wicket. So you need your shoes to be flexible. So there are flex zones out here. This is a very unique feature where we have something called as a Pibax plate. This comes completely from the running world. This gives you a stability, but at the same point of time, if you want to take off, it actually gives you a good amount of energy return. And this is something which is very interesting. If you actually just probably feel the foam over here and just put your finger inside and then feel the foam inside this, it is extremely soft because this is directly under your heel. Now, imagine you're playing a test match. And I remember, I think Sir played a match in which the opponent had scored 950 runs and they had to be on the field after 2 or 2.5 days.
Yeah.
Now, if you're standing for so long, the heel is going to pain. And what we have done is we have actually added a supercritical foam, which is an extremely soft foam. And then that gives you a lot of comfort, right? So we have got the best from different worlds and then put it.
So Karthik, I have to ask you this question because it's this, athlete partnership with a brand. We've seen that in the past. What sets this one apart and what makes you more optimistic about this one than what the others are?
How is it different, right? We actually believe that sports-ready lifestyle products is a space which is yet to be explored over the company. Right? There are sporting products, there are lifestyle sneakers, but products which are versatile wherein you can actually play a sport but at the same time be comfortable to step out with your friends. That's the design philosophy which has gone in. You look at any big brands which are doing well in the world,
Yeah.
they've got the DNA of a sport-ready lifestyle product built in, and that's one of our core design philosophies. So, like the product which I'm actually wearing, I can actually go play a sport, but if I have to step out in Bangalore with my friends with this shoe, I'll be more than comfortable, right? So that's the first thing which we have brought in, and that's what differentiates us, right?
I think if you had to design a shoe for Sachin right now, you would have to have a very strong heel because so many people crowd around him. People can step on his toes, etc. as well. But enough about the shoe. There is an entire range. From the time you started playing to the time you ended, there was a big change in the quality of the
Correct.
equipment and all of that and stuff. Were there ever times where you felt that this equipment could have been a lot better and that you've incorporated in the current one?
I remember playing a match in Kolkata. This was way back in, I think, 1998, and the month of end of May, June.
Oh.
And I scored 100 there. Spent some time at the crease. It was a day-night match. My clothes were completely wet. Even the shoes were wet. So every time I was running, it was as if I'm running in the rain. I could hear that splashing sound.
I can hear it as you describe it.
Yes. And the worrying part was my trousers were slipping down because it had so much weight that I tied them with a lace, but there was so much weight because the sweat was all being absorbed by clothing. And now the technology is different. It just throws off everything. So the material that you wear today is completely different. I mean, all those things are taken into factor, and then they made sure that the sweat is not absorbed by the fabric. It just throws off everything. So I clearly remember that. So there, when I look back and compare it to today's clothing, it's completely different.
Are you looking at more categories as well, or are you looking at cricket equipment? Because I remember a hotel, attendant telling you that something was wrong with your arm guard, forearm guard, and all
Arm guard. So I think one step at a time. At this point of time, whatever we've launched, we are focused on that, and something that is soon going to be launched, which is a fast bowling shoe. It is under development. The prototype we showed today, but that's the first cut. We always believe in getting things right. There is no such thing as right now. Either it's right or now. So we believe in getting things right. So we'll have to wait for some time, but that's something that I'm really excited about.
Everyone's started to play cricket of the current generation watching Sachin. So they've copied his stance, they've copied everything. So I'm sure a lot of competitors will copy these designs, etc. as well. How do you prevent that from happening?
I would say end of the day, there is only one Sachin. People can copy, but there is only one Sachin. See, I think it's not about just adding one feature and being afraid of it that somebody else will copy. The point which he's trying to say that even we get one product right, but we want to get it right. Every product has an innovation, and if there is no innovation behind the product, we don't see any reason to launch a product because there are 20 other brands like that, right? So the bowler shoe, for example, there is a lot of innovation and research which has gone into it. And if we believe that there are some other categories where we are not able to come up with innovation, we will not launch the product, be it equipment, be it anything. Right. So we are very clear.
So let's cut to the chase then.
As long as we are ahead in the innovation journey, we are actually really not bothered about what people will copy.
What's the revenue run rate that you're targeting on this?
See, we believe that over the next 1 year, we actually want to be at somewhere closer to 50 to 60 crores annual run rate to start with. Over the period of next 3 years or so, we want to actually target somewhere closer to 400 crore run rate.
Sachin, you in the cricket world always say double it. Do you want to pressurize him by saying it double it? Because he's saying 50 to 60, come on, you can go for 100.
So we are one team. We are not pointing fingers. So
No.
work together as one team.
No, in the same team you say double it, right?
My motto in life is be happy, never be satisfied. There is always room to get better. Wherever you are, whatever level we are at, there is always room for us to get better. And that is what we as a team would want to do.
Are you partnering with some of the current lot of players to make them wear some of
We
these
are
products?
currently in discussion. So we are operating at 3 levels. Someone who's playing at an international level, we are already in discussions with a couple of players. We have actually, there are a bunch of Ranji Trophy players who gave us the feedback on the product.
So it's not just Sachin, it's a whole host of players.
Absolutely, it's a lot of players, and then we have the third level, which is actually academies. So we have like people who play at international level, people who play at Ranji level, and the academies. All the three levels.
You know, with the kind of knowledge that
I also tried out these shoes.
okay, in the Masters.
I wore them, yes, I wore them in the nets for quite some time. And whatever feedback I could give, I've done that. So, I mean, along with others, I've also tried because we believe that, there cannot be one-way traffic. It cannot be what I feel, What are the kids feeling? What is their feedback? What are the coaches saying? What is the ground reality? What is the feedback from them? And we wanted honest feedback. So if there was criticism, please criticize us. But so long as you're being practical and being little sensible, then the outcome can always be
You're
good.
just being too modest, Sachin. You can walk into the nets in slippers and still middle every ball and feel incredible. But on let's try a few googlies or bouncers. If any of the current players were given this, who are closer to their retirement ages, do you believe that they can go ahead and play for a lot longer?
It's see, the shoe and all that is going to give you comfort, but the way you play, it cannot change someone's style of play, the technique and all that. These are two different things. So shoe will help you, recover faster, or you won't get tired as much. You're possibly lesser injuries. Because I remember I had a foot injury, and it took me a while to overcome that injury. And it was to do with insoles, and that's when I understood the importance of the right insoles. Because just simple thing, slight correction that I had helped me immensely to have the right equipment can allow you. So for me, that exposure to having the right insole was extremely
Ever
important.
considered becoming a doctor after retirement because of the kind of
50% knowledge is always dangerous. So I would leave it to them.
But you have the amount of knowledge that you have about anatomy, fixing things and all
I
that
have
stuff.
on-field experience. So what I did throughout my career, I listened to my body, and the body always will give you signals. Whatever is about to happen, whatever. I mean, even if you are slightly injured and you know that you can, okay, this match I can push myself. I'll go through it. And I had honest conversation with our physio, the captain and the coach. There was always transparency and that clarity, whether I could or I won't be able to push it. And they trusted my judgment, and that is what mattered.
Pushed yourself for 24 years with 140 crore people on your shoulders, Sachin. You are incredible. Final couple of questions, and this has to do more with the lifestyle brand because it's, for both genders. So what kind of feedback came in from your family when you were looking at some of the fashion products, and what's your own sense of fashion here? What's your own input on the style, the way the lifestyle
Fashion
products
is
are
all
there?
about being comfortable. One should not be wearing something because अरे उसने डाला था. No, I should, whatever I feel comfortable, whatever I feel should be on my body, I have to be eventually comfortable and move around confidently. Need not worry about what XYZ is saying, honestly. And to me, that is most important thing, because that shows your personality. Some people like to do things differently, but maybe I am slightly different. That we all have different choices, and we need to respect each other's choice.
And I was 2 weeks ago speaking to Saurav Ganguly, who's obviously come up with an ethnic wear line, surprisingly. And I asked him, if you were from your line, sending pieces, I hope he sent you some pieces, to your teammates and others. He said to Sachin, he was such a balance of both fashionable and comfort. I would send him one of those jazzy pieces and a balance piece. To Rahul Dravid, he would send something very fancy. And to Yuvraj and Bhaji, he would send something very plain. What would you send to Saurav Ganguly from your range, 10xyou?
A nice jogging shoe.
Because
Well, that is for you to guess.
to UV, Bhaji and Jani?
I think, see, all these are colleagues. We spent a lot of time with each other. We are more like family.
Yes.
After having spent so much time together, we understand each other, we joke around and all that. So, whatever, it's theirs. I mean, whatever you want, I'm just a phone call.
All right, you're just a phone call away. And from the current lot, what players would you send specific pieces
So
to?
whoever wants anything and everything is available.
Spoke to Jasprit Bumrah for the new fast bowler shoes that you're launching. Have you sent him any?
No, I haven't. But in fact, just now Irfan Pathan was here, and he kept telling me that he calls me Paji, elder brother, Paji, जूता लेना है मगर खरीदना है. I said I can't hear you. Say it again. नहीं नहीं खरीदना है. I said नहीं, I still cannot hear you. I said तू मेरे से क्यों खरीदेगा? नहीं नहीं पहली पैर है तो मैं खरीदूंगा. And actually when I wasn't around, when we went online, he was the first one to buy the pair. And I said ये जो सुनाई दे रहा है ये ठीक नहीं है. You should have told me कि तू ले रहा है, and it should never have been bought.
But are these priced affordably?
See, it is the whole price range. We don't call it as affordable. We actually call it as the right accessible price point for the features it offers. So yeah, that's the way we are actually looking at pricing. Everything anywhere between 5 to 8K is the pricing range of most of the products.
Right. And from this collection, which is your favorite piece?
All of them, but I think out of all these, I have to be slightly biased and say maybe, because I've put in a lot of hard work in this. बाकियों में भी है, but थोड़ा
It's like asking you
partial.
which of your 100 hundreds is your favorite 100.
each and everyone mattered.
Take that point. Sachin, always a pleasure speaking with you. Thank you so much. By the way, which is Sara and Anjali's favorite on this? And Arjun's favorite?
They were wearing the lifestyle shoe, the different. So this and the lifestyle shoe, they're different ones. So
Yeah.
there is a mauve color for women also. So it's a nice color.
Roger Federer is a good friend of yours. Have you sent him any pair and compared them to?
नहीं आज
this
ही
brand?
वही launch, तो we'll take one. step
भेजोगे
at a time.
उनको भी? All right. Thank you. Always a pleasure speaking
Lovely-
with you.
lovely
Keep
speaking
inspiring.
to
You're the chief inspiration officer, not only of tenxyou, but the entire nation. That's responsibility, and you've been handling it extremely well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Nandari.